Hey guys, Jess here with Thomas Amor Photography. Now there's some things that Photoshop just can't fix. So I actually just wanted to quickly jump on here and give you guys some quick tips on how to make sure you look absolutely gorgeous on your wedding day. So let's talk about it. All right, so you want to make sure you look good on your wedding day. So first things first, book the right makeup artist. Now, I'm an expert when it comes to editing, but honestly, if your makeup is trash, it's only so much your photographer can do for you. So here's what I suggest. Use your engagement session as a trial run to test out that makeup artist. And honestly, if you don't like it, don't book them for your wedding. So, I actually do have a video on some of the most amazing makeup artists that I've worked with, and I highly endorse them. They didn't pay me to say this. I just had an amazing experience with them. Clients love their makeup, so if you want to check that out, it's in the video above. So moving on. I think this is probably one of the most important things that a lot of times people just really overlook. It's not just about looking good, but it also kind of crosses over into budget as well. And that is leave enough budget for any potential alterations for your wedding dress. Right. So, 30 to 60 days before the wedding, you may need to do some alterations. So that can cost you anywhere from $500 to $2,000. Really kind of depends on the complexity of your dress and who you go with. But on average, that's kind of like the range you should be looking at. So definitely don't underestimate that number and leave enough budget, because the worst thing you will want is you get that close to the wedding and now you can't fit your dress, right? So definitely keep that in mind. Now, with this next one, you definitely want to book a professional photographer. Now, you may have someone in your family, like a family friend, who's willing to do it for cheap or maybe even free. But I always think to myself, what if their equipment malfunctions on one of the most important days of your lives, right? And so, actually, I have an interesting story. I actually met a lady not too long ago. She wasn't a client of mine, she was just in passing. And she basically said a friend of hers was going to photograph her engagement pictures for her, but the sensor on her camera broke or wasn't working or whatever. So she had to send her camera in to get it fixed. And yeah, so they ended up having to postpone their engagement session. And she's the same person who's going to be doing their wedding. So, like, she doesn't do it professionally or anything like that. She just kind of enjoys it as a hobby. Um, and I'm just like, okay, if this isn't a red flag on the play, then all right, somebody pinch me. So anyway, but all seriousness, weddings can be so expensive. So you can be spending anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 on your wedding, and honestly, your wedding album is the only tangible thing you have to remember your wedding day. And so it would be such a shame if you spent all that money on your wedding and you didn't really have a good quality collection of images that tells the story of the love and happiness you share with your family on that day. Now, I completely get it. Like, weddings can cost so much money, and there's definitely ways for you to save. I just don't think that that's probably the right area. So, just kind of prioritize what's most important to you. Now, I do have a video upcoming on ways to save on your wedding. It's not really specific to wedding photography, it's just wedding in general. So, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified when that video airs. But now, going back to the video, the benefit of really booking a professional photographer is really that sense of liability, right? If they screw up, you sue them. Simple, right? But even beyond that, I don't want you guys to look at it in a negative sense, but even beyond that, with a professional photographer, they're going to have that experience and skill to be able to direct you and pose you in a way that's going to be flattering for any body type, and just that natural ability to be able to bring out that genuine expressions and smiles. So it looks really authentic, or what some people would call a more of a photojournalistic style, right? So that's going to be a benefit of booking a professional photographer. So these are my tips. I hope you guys learned something. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a like and subscribe. If there's any particular topic you'd love for me to talk about, make sure you leave it in the comments below. Until then, see you next time, and I know you are going to be fabulous.